But you know, you get older, you get set in your ways. Now, and here I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. A lot of these guys do all of the above. And like Jerry Lawler, Jerry dated a girl there for quite some time who I did not know really loved alcohol. Well, Jerry's never had alcohol touch his lips. So I don't know how that relationship ever had a chance to work. I dated a girl once named Vicky, and we did a few shows together. And every time we go out, I noticed she couldn't end the night without getting flat plastered drunk. And I just can't live that. I can't do that lifestyle. I don't want no part of it. My stepdad was a drunk and couldn't stand to be around him when he was like that. So no, girls and alcohol, and so many of them do. I mean, they have to have it. Not all of them, but so many. And that's another reason I like Asian girls. Very, very few Asian girls, for whatever reason, drink or smoke or have tattoos. Some do, but most don't.
You don't like tattoos, do you?
I hate tattoos. I hate tattoos. I hate drunks. I hate smokers. Boy, I just alienated about 77% of this audience, didn't they? They all got one or the other. But it's just not for me, guys. I mean, if that's what you have to do to get through your day, like religion, if you have to have a God and you have to think there's something at the end, and that there's life after death, and you believe that, congratulations. I strongly, mainly due to science, I'm pretty sure there's not. But if that's what you need to get through your day, that's fine with me. Doesn't affect me, as long as you don't try to shove a cigarette down my throat, try to make me believe there's an invisible man in the sky, try to pour alcohol down my throat, or what was the other thing I didn't like? I've never had marijuana either. Now, but here's where I'll shock you. I could give less than a rat's ass if they legalize it, because I'm tired of people going to prison for fucking having 2 ounces of marijuana in their car. I do think that's fucking ridiculous.
Walter's got a couple questions. Yeah, wants to know your favorite wrestler, both of ours actually, which I could probably guess yours, but I'm sure.
Well, if it weren't for Jerry Lawler, I wouldn't even be involved in wrestling, so it'd be hard not to call him my favorite. My favorite current wrestler, male-wise, is Shinsuke, but they fucked him up. He's almost no fun to watch anymore with what WWE's done to him. And my favorite have you noticed? I don't know how closely you monitor your Twitter account. Have you seen who's been liking my tweets and retweeting me a little bit here recently from the WWE?
I have not.
Carrie Shane or Sane, whatever.
Oh, really? Carrie Sane. Okay. She's
been liking and retweeting me a little bit because I've been very complimentary about her work lately. Nice. And matter of fact, she liked a couple of my tweets today. And I retweeted her shirt sale. She's got a new shirt coming out. She's got her first WWE shirt. And she was thanking them. And I said, hey, man, I just want to be the co-captain of your ship, girl. I like her. She's a cutie. And I love her elbow drop. She's got the best elbow drop in pro wrestling.
I got a good video of it, too.
Randy Savage didn't have as good an elbow drop as she does.
Hers is pretty awesome.
Can't wait to see her in the WWE and see how they fuck her up, too. But we'll see.
Mine would be The Rock overall, and then currently Seth Rollins.
Very entertaining, but see, I worked with him when he made $270 a week, and I remember him telling us a story when he stole a mattress out of a dumpster. I've known him at his lowest when he was Flex Cavana and Rocky Maivia, and how he's getting booed out of the damn buildings. And now they say his daughter is training at NXT at only 17 years of age.
She is.
In Kentucky would be illegal. Because Chris was training at OVW when he was 15. They didn't find out till he was damn near 17. And he had to quit training and come back when he was 18.
Kentucky has weird rules. I mean, I'm in the process of getting...
do everything they can to get into your pocket with the Kentucky State Athletic Commission.
All right, the license. I mean, just to even do anything in around the ring, you got to have a license.
For me to do commentary at OVW, I would have to pass a physical because I'm over 50.
Right.
And I'd have to have a wrestling license. So, and I'd forgotten about all that when Al Snow would talk to me about coming back. That I'd have to go through a physical and get a wrestling license just so I can sit at a desk. And there was a show here a while back that wanted me to come and sit at ringside and cut a promo on one of their so-called stars. And I talked about it. And when I say a while ago, it was back when me and Jimmy were speaking. And I was trying to get Jimmy involved in it. And Jimmy and I had agreed to do it. We had agreed on a payday to do it. And it was going to be a good payday for us to do this. And or we wouldn't have done it. And I'll be damned if the commissioner said that me and Jimmy both had to get physicals and get licenses again to sit at a desk nowhere near the ring But if we picked up a microphone that we were in violation of the Kentucky State Athletic Commission's rules and regulations, and we told the promoter, well, you can blame this on the athletic commissioner, but we ain't going to do it because we're not going to do all the shit he's trying to put us through. So you just lost us. So bitch the athletic commission out about it.
All the matches I've been refereeing and getting in the ring and doing it, it's all in Indiana. And but I got opportunities in Kentucky,
Well,
so I've got to
you
do
may
it.
not want to hear this, but that is why the product, because I always give the athletic commission a little bit of shit, but that is why the product in Indiana is so watered down and so pathetic. And because anybody can be a wrestler over there, it doesn't matter who or what they are. Anybody can be a referee. Not to shit. I'm sure you're a fine ref. You're right. But anybody can do it. It's like what they did with radio. In radio, you used to have some type of a degree, some type of education, and a license, an FCC license to be a disc jockey or a radio personality or a news person in the radio business. And then a long time ago, that went away. And then even Phil Fair, who used to be my roommate, who had no experience in radio whatsoever, went by the name Philip Eichler. He took his mother's name and started doing radio at a little Southern Indiana radio station, some country station up in Southern Indiana. And even Philip Eichler walked into a radio station, and he was a disc jockey. And there used to be great pride in that business, and people made good money. Back in the days of Bill Bailey, Coyote Calhoun, Terry Miners, all those guys here in Louisville. And so now the business has just been totally shit on. And now even people who have talent like Tony Vanetti and various other guys here in the Louisville area have told me that the money is not that good for them anymore because they can threaten them with their jobs and just get any jackass to walk in and do their job. And that is much what the state of Indiana is, because you don't have to have a license. All you got to do is show up with a pair of tennis shoes and some cut-off denim shorts and do a couple of monkey flips, and they'll let you be a wrestler in Southern Indiana. At least over here, you got to go through a few things. You got to pass eventually a physical. You got to have somebody who believes in you, a promotion that, because if the promotion doesn't back you up and vouch for you, then you can't be a wrestler or a manager over here in Kentucky either. So that is where I do like the commission, is at least there is some responsibility to who you select to work with your company. But in Indiana, they just take any and everybody. And that's why there's so many bullshit organizations over there. So many people that have absolutely no talent. They'll open fucking wrestling schools over there when they themselves don't know what the fuck they're doing and have never been over a day in their life. And it's sad. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of that what you're saying. I mean, I do like
You agree
the
with
idea.
all of it. You just won't admit all of it. But go ahead.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is I agree with being hardcore like that does put some things in place where
And not all those companies are hardcore over there, Daniel. Not all of those are hardcore, but of course that opens the door for the hardcore bullshit. That's why Ian. Right. That's why Ian had to go over there. And
don't say his name.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't say his last name.
Yeah.
But we finally reached far enough into wrestling that if anybody has any sense at all, they don't know his name. So that's the good thing about it. 15 years ago, the marks, the goofs that bought into that shit and realized that that's not talent. It's a circus act where people agree to mutilate themselves. And some of those people that used to mutilate themselves back in the mid 90s when I worked over there for a few months and left because they kept insisting that I needed to mutilate myself as well and said bullshit to that. A lot of those guys are still mutilating themselves today for $25 a match, $30, $75 if somehow they get some money mark to back up the show. And it's just sad. It just really is that is what they think being a pro wrestler is, or being in the business is. And so that is where I do like the athletic commission in the state of Kentucky, though. I wish Indiana had some type of regulation to where just any fucking goof can't stroll over there. And
Tennessee does, though, don't they? Don't Tennessee have a?
I honestly don't know. I know that there's a few schools down there. I would think that there's some type of regulations there, but I honestly don't know for a fact one way or the other.
Yeah.